and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. I'm excited you're joining me today because I'm in my busy, fabulous place in my kitchen, and I'm excited about the recipe today because it's one of those recipes that I think is just delicious. And of course, it's one of those recipes that you're going to want to make. It's out of book 4, fabulous book 4, and today I'm making Acapulco chicken. This is the recipe here, and I think you're gonna love it. Now, before we get started and let's talk about the recipe, we need to acknowledge our winners from last week who were super fizzy excited because not only did they get book 3, they also got cooking for 1 or 2. That's right, 2 books last week. I know, I was super generous. So the winners that are having happy dances right now is Sandy Conroy, Diane Christensen, and hi to the Weight Reduction Club of Queensland, and Noreen Cook is ready to cook for her fabulous husband as well. So we are going to cook Acapulco chicken. It is fabulous. Now, if you're familiar with my cookbooks, and I hope you are, you might know one of the recipes that is a bit fabulous, and that is the chicken pizziola out of book 1. When I was writing this book, number 4, back a few years ago, I decided to plagiarise the pizziola, and instead of it being an Italian version, it's Mexican, and this is where Acapulco chicken came from. So if you like the chicken pizziola, you're going to be excited. So let's look at the ingredients you need. It's pretty simple. You need 2 250 gram chicken breasts, and you want the skin off, of course. You're going to use green capsicum, tomato, onion. You've got the reduced fat cheese, tomato paste, chili, optional, avocado, and the low salt taco seasoning, and of course we need some cooking spray as well. So let's get started. Now, first of all, what I'm going to show you to do is how to make the chicken the way I want you to do it. So I've got 2 chicken breasts here, so I should do one at a time, shouldn't I? So let's, the bag under, the bag on the top. Now I want to make this twice the size that it actually is, because this is enough for 2 people. Because, you know, years ago I used to get little chicken breasts, but not anymore. So I've got my mallet ready to go. So just give it a good bash down. Perfect if you're having a bad day. You can really get into it. But if you don't have a mallet, you could use your rolling pin. That works really well too. So the idea is I want to make this twice the size. Now, if you're wondering, what the heck are you doing there with that chicken in there? You've just joined me. Hello, it's chicken Acapulco chicken out of book 4. And I'm just getting this to double the size. This is looking good. I might just do a little bit more. There we go. Now what I do is I'm going to cut that in half. So let's look at the serve. I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to, cooking spray, yes. Oh, goodbye lid. Cooking spray. And I'm going to put this in the front so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to place the chicken onto the tray. There we go. Now I'm going to do that again with my other piece of chicken. And the idea of having the 2 bags, that way it doesn't stick to the chopping board, but it also avoids you getting splattered with raw chicken. So give it a good bash. I've got my oven at 180 degrees, fan forced, and it takes about, I don't know, 25 minutes or so to cook it. It's really when you can see that the chicken's cooked and the cheese has started to brown. How are we going? A little bit more. All right. Now I'm going to cut this in half. There we go. Well, that's the hard bit over. Let me just get rid of this and wash my hands. All right. All right, soapy fingers. Now, let's make the topping. So what we need is we need a knife. Here we go. So we want about half a cup of diced capsicum. Green's the one to go with because you're adding tomato, and I like to, use different colours because we think with our eyes. We eat with our eyes, so we really want to make sure you've got different colours. And I tend to just do it all in strips and then just dice. Now you don't want big dice, because it's going to sit on the top of the chicken in the mix. So if it's too big, it will get too bulky. So you want just small dice. Now, if you've just joined me, hello, welcome to the show. I'm making Acapulco chicken from book 4. I know, we're all very excited about this in the office for lunch. Okay, so there is the capsicum. Now, this is my bowl. So just chop it all up. We're going to do then the tomato. I'll do the onion last. Let me get that over here. Now, this one is different from the pizziola. You ask yourself, what is the difference? Well, in the pizziola, it's obviously very Italian flavours, and it's got like dried herbs, Italian herbs, things like that. Whereas this one is leaning towards the Mexican, and so it is quite different from the pizziola, but under that same umbrella of making, flatten the chicken, make a topping, put it on the top, and then put cheese on in the oven. Fantastic. Now, if you wanted to make this for a dinner party, which I often do this for the dinner parties I have at my house, you can make it up ahead. There we go. Half a cup. So it's half a cup of capsicum, half a cup of tomato, and then I want half a cup of onion. And I find that what I do is I'll make it up in the afternoon, and then I'll have a little bit of a relax, get myself all gorgeous for the night. And then all I have to do is just put in the oven when I'm ready. So just make it up raw, put the cling wrap on, and in the fridge, and you will be the host or hostess with the mostess. I know. Remember, fine dice. We don't want big chunks of onion in here. And once again, it's half a cup, so it's easy to remember. Let's have a look. A little bit too much. That's it. So in the bowl. Here we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to put in is avocado. Now, when you're working with avocado, you've got to remember it is a healthy fat. Hello, yes, it's a fantastic healthy fat, but you do need to be aware of moderation. Now, the other thing that I get asked a lot is, how do you know to pick a good avocado, right? So let me show you how to do that right now. So see here, you've got a little stem. Now, what you do is, if that stem comes out fairly easy, you know it's ripe. But so take it out and look inside. Now, when you look in there, you'll see it's really green. So this is a perfect avocado for us today. If that was really brown and dark in there, I would be not buying it. So that's just my little tip for you today. But I've actually got another avocado here, and you can see here it's ripe and gorgeous. Now, look at that. Let me show you how to work with avocado. So if you want to get that stone out, the best way to do it is to just tap your knife in, give it a twist, and then I just plop it out. Easy peasy. Now, the other way to get it out as well that's easy is get a large spoon and go in and scoop it all out. And there we have it. Now, I always like to think about serves, and it says in the recipe for a half a large avocado. I'm not sure what large is these days because they vary so much. So that's why I put the weight in there. So let me just have a look here and see how I'm going, because it says 75 grams. Now the thing is, avocado is a healthy fat, but it is a bit high in fat. And if you're watching your waistline, you might want to be a bit, checking on that. So this is just a little bit too big. I'm going to chop that bit off. We'll be having that on a sandwich later. And now I'm going to dice. Not too big a dice because we want to share the love with the avocado. And you just want to, just nice little bite-sized pieces of avocado. So if you know Pizziola, you go, yes, this is different, Annette. I thought I was very clever inventing this one. All right. This goes in the mix. Perfect. And I'm going to move this out of the way. Wash my hands. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to get your spoon and we're going to put some chili into the mix as well. So I'm just going to mix that all together first. Yum. So you've got capsicum, onion, tomato, avocado, all the flavours you love with Mexican food. So this is where you can choose. If you want it hot, then you put a little bit of chili in. Now I'm going to do an eighth. So if you have my spoons, you'll know that you've got that eighth measure on here. Just go in, flatten it, perfect. You don't have to put the chili in, but it's Mexican, so I want a little bit of a kick to it. Look how easy this is. But it's just different. I mean, you're just chicken and vegetables. No, you can have the best of all the worlds of nationalities when you cook my way. So now we're going to do the paste. And what I'm going to do is I've got 3 tablespoons of no added salt tomato paste, and I'm going to put in it, because hello, it's Acapulco, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of the low added salt, salt reduced, taco seasoning. I'm going to mix that up, and this is what you're going to spread over the chicken. Now you've got 4 pieces. Remember, I've preheated my oven to 180 degrees, and this is where you're going to get those little kicks of Mexican in there, which will surprise your guests. All right, we're ready to do it. Now, what we do is we want to divide this up over 4. And then you just spread it evenly over. I mean, it's not hard, is it? But it's just so yum. And it's out of book 4, remember? Mexican is just one of my favourite things to eat. And who needs to go out to Mexican when you can make it at home like this? I mean, hello. Now, when you're doing avocado as well, can I just mention, if you're looking at the weight of it, you need to, if you want to, like, for example, this one here, when I weigh it, it's got skin and the stone. So when you weigh it, take 1/3 off for that, and that way you'll get your flesh. The other thing that you might be interested in, if avocados are really expensive right now, or you just don't want to have to buy them, you can actually in Coles get their brand frozen diced avocado. And what I like about this, it's only $4 for 300 grams. So sometimes when avocados just way too expensive or not in season, that's your option. All right, so now the paste is on. I now am going to get my hands into this and place it on the top, spread it all over. Oh my gosh. You know what's exciting about this recipe? If any of you are watching and you're joining me on my 6-week challenge, the mentoring program, which actually starts this Monday, this recipe is on your menu plan next week. I know, it all starts next week. I'm excited. And dinner, so I mean, this is called living, isn't it? But look at the beautiful colours. Now, if you're interested, it's not too late. We start on Monday. My 6-week weight loss challenge starts support directly with me and my team, but you also get challenges, motivational stuff, and I think that's the key, isn't it? I don't want to be doing things on my own, and sometimes with weight loss it can feel like that. So no, with me you're going to get support, and with all the group as well, we all just care and love each other. Finally, look at this, there's the 4. You now do, please freshly grate the cheese, don't use the pre-grated one. I don't like it. It's very clumpy and it doesn't melt very well. And I feel like you get more when you grate it yourself. So just evenly, so no one's missing out, because they'll be like, oh, what happened to all my cheese? There it is. Acapulco chicken. My gosh, how fabulous is that? So let's put it in the oven. Remember, it's a 1. And just check it. It's so deliciously healthy. Hello, welcome to my world. It's Acapulco chicken. I hope you like it. Now, if you want to win book 4, you know what you've got to do. You have to like the page. You have to you share, very important. And then in the comments, you write, sorry, I've got onion and everything all over it. Hashtag Symply Too Good. That's right. Hashtag Symply with a Y, number 2 good. And I'll pick 3 fantastic people who are going to get a personally signed copy of Diane's favourite book, I think. Is it, Diane, your favourite book? How dare you say that about my babies? They're all equally beautiful. Now, if you want more tips and recipes, you know where to go. It's simplytoogood.com.au. Now, Diane's going to put a link in. If anyone's interested in the mentoring program, remember, it starts Monday. You have to be in it, because it's going to be an awesome, awesome 6 weeks. Now, let me show you the finished product. There we go. There is Acapulco chicken. It's 9.7 grams of fat. Now, also, if you say, I'm a bit over chicken, you can actually, the variations are with rump, they're with fish, and for the veggies, you can even put it on top of tofu. That's right. Well, thanks for joining me. Oh my gosh, next week, are you excited? Because I'm going into the depths of book 3, and I'm making for you your own homemade, yes, get excited, spring rolls. Yes, who doesn't want healthy, low-fat spring rolls? Well, next week, you're going to find out how to do it. Talk to you then. Bye.